Hey guys, Merc here. The day we have all been waiting for is finally here. It's Battlefield 6 o'clock on the 10th of October, and that means it's time to get to work, soldier. No training needed. It is time to kill. Give me a rifle. Thanks to EA Australia, I've had the chance to check out the full game just a little early. I got stuck into some early multiplayer on the new maps with some of the other content creators from the Oceanic region, which was a ton of fun and surprisingly competitive. Played through the amazing single-player campaign on hardcore for optimal realism and immersion. And what a ride that was. But for this first video, I'm going to be focusing on the multiplayer. Now, it's obviously early days, with the game only having just released to the public today, but from my play sessions this week, and the monstrous 47 hours of the Battlefield 6 beta that I played, I dare say, Battlefield is back, baby. I've been waiting a long time for a Battlefield game that hits the spot like this one does. The tactical destruction is phenomenal. Walls, floors, ceilings, buildings, bridges, it's all fair game. Most things are explodable, and doing so can be a real game changer for you or your team to push an objective. Blowing the face off a building into dust and rubble and bringing it down on the street around everyone can be just as effective as using a smoke grenade and obscuring your advance. The gunplay just feels good. The guns all look photoreal from stock to scope and have real weight and impact to them. Recoil is spot on and is a real factor that you will need to learn to manage, especially with early game weapons and attachments. Player movement speed and the speed of combat in general seem just right, and it's a pleasure to make your way about the place on foot. This is apparently thanks to Battlefield's new kinesthetic combat system, which also brings features like leaning, weapon mounting and pivoting, and combat rolls when you fall from a non-lethal height. And my favorite feature so far, drag and revive. Perfect for getting your squad out of harm's way when it matters most. I'm a huge fan of the way this all feels and plays in practice. It's been a very immersive experience. Speaking of immersion, I really appreciate the more grounded approach that Battlefield Studios have taken with this game. The atmosphere is grounded in realism, the player skins are on point, even the cool Phantom Edition skins are reasonably modest. Each side has a uniform, to some extent, and these uniforms are aesthetically pleasing, tactical, and accurately portray the class that they represent. And this really makes it easy to fall into the team atmosphere for the game, as well as making target recognition a breeze even after just a couple of matches. Snipers look like snipers, engineers look like engineers, etc. The class system is back to its roots: assault, engineer, support, and recon. As they were, as they should be. Each with a couple of new tricks up their sleeves. Each role feels distinct and has its own valued place on the battlefield. Each class also has 2 new training paths, which will give you different bonuses towards particular gameplay styles depending on what you select when you spawn in. These training paths will make playing to particular gameplay strengths more rewarding. For instance, an engineer might choose the anti-armor path if they were planning on going tank hunting. They've given the support the LMGs like back in the old Bad Company 2 days. And they'll be your ammo guys now too, using defibs, health packs, and portable cover to keep you in the fight. Everyone loves a good medic, but especially one with an ammo surplus. Engineers are on the battlefield to blow up and or repair vehicles. That is their purpose, and none are more effective at it. Line the streets with mines and sit back and see what happens. A tank will be by soon. Keep your team's tanks and helis in the fight, and pepper anyone who gets too close with your trusty SMG. Firing Hail Mary RPGs at helicopters has never looked and felt so good. Your lovable scamps the recons are back at it with their old tricks. From long-range sniping, to intel gathering with drones, to short-range C4ing with C4, you are a master of all ranges if your maths and reflexes are good enough. Venture to far-off locations. Just don't forget to pack up your tent when you're done camping. And finally, Assault. My personal favorite. Be the spearhead. Push the front line. Assault are there to take ground and make the enemy pay for trying to take it back. Take out walls and other cover with your trusty nade launcher. You'll arm objectives faster and help your squad deploy where the action is. Smoke and rush. PTFO. Vehicle warfare is just as enjoyable as ever. Tanks and infantry fighting vehicles can do a lot of damage, but they're certainly not invincible, and you'll need to work with your engineers if you want to get the most out of the resource. Make sure you stay with your team, and watch out for those pesky recons with their soft lambs and C4s. Aircraft have been a challenge for me to relearn in this new game, but after wasting millions of dollars of Battlefield taxpayer money, I'm happy to say I've finally got the hang of flying helicopters again without any assist. And it feels terrifying, constantly palm-sweatingly terrifying, but awesome, like flying a bus diagonally with no brakes whatsoever. I love it very much. Jets are fun too, but I've been enjoying the choppers more. When it comes to maps and modes, I think Battlefield plays best on larger maps. All-out warfare with vehicles on modes like Conquest, Breakthrough, Rush, and even the new mode Escalation, which is kind of like musical chairs Conquest, where they take away an objective instead of a chair every so often and everyone fights for the ones that are left. I feel like these modes are where you get the best of the Battlefield experience, and are what I will be spending most of my time playing in the game. That said though, there are other returning modes like Squad Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, King of the Hill, and Domination. These are fast-paced, frantic infantry-only modes that are great for leveling up some of your close-range weapons as well, like shotguns and pistols. If you played the beta, you'll recognize maps like Siege of Cairo, Iberian Offensive, Liberation Peak, and Empire State. But there's plenty of new additions to the map pool, including New Sobek City, set in Cairo's suburbs and construction sites. Saints Quarter, which is set in the picturesque sandstone streets of Gibraltar's Old Town. Manhattan Bridge, that one is where you would expect it to be. Mirak Valley, which will be the largest map at launch, set in the mountains of Tajikistan. And fan favorite, Operation Firestorm, which I have played a couple of games of, and strongly lives up to the golden-hued memories I have associated with it. The game runs very well, even cranked up to overkill settings at 1440p on my RTX 4080, I have had pretty much perfect performance. You may be surprised to learn Battlefield 6 doesn't have any ray tracing or path tracing, because of how beautiful the environments and effects look even without it. The game honestly seems very well optimized for a new release, thanks, I assume, to rigorous playtesting on different caliber machines during Battlefield Labs and the massive open beta. I've had no stutters or crashes in this release build of the game, no weird driver issues, which happens with half of the new releases nowadays. The game-ready driver from Nvidia has worked perfectly for me. And that's about all I have for you right now. With the game now fully available worldwide, there's no better time to check it all out, and that's what you'll find me doing. I'll see you on the stream. You'll see some more BF6 uploads from me in the coming days, including a review of the campaign and a playthrough on hardcore, some tips for getting started in multiplayer, and any other crazy RPG clips I managed to get this weekend. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and thank you again to EA for giving me the opportunity to check out BF6 before everyone else. I'll see you on the battlefield. This is Merc Out. Cheers.